Here we go, and we are live. Thank you once again for joining us for another episode of 90 Miles from Comics. I am your host, as always. I am Chad, Y290, YouTube is 90. Thank you guys for being here. Thank you guys as you're straggling in here as well. As we proceed to give you what you need, we got the Funkship Trooper Captain himself, El Capitan Javier. What's up, Javi?
What's going on, Chad? What's going on? Another Wednesday. Happy to be here. Happy to be talking some comic books with you guys. Just enjoying the day, man.
Yeah, I hear that, man. New comic book day. Who doesn't love it? It's probably the best day of the week because we get new books and then we get together and we get to talk about what came out last week and then show what we picked up today. So I'm super excited to be here with you, Javi, as well. And we got D-Heid in the building. What's going on, D-Heid?
Not a whole lot. It's Wednesday. It's comic day. Gonna talk with my friends.
Right? Yeah. I love that tune, bro. We gotta record that. We gotta get an intro started up in here. We gotta shout out Perry Comics for joining us in the chat. What's going on, Perry? I appreciate you hopping in here, brother. There's a lot of things going on right now, but we appreciate you for choosing us. So thank you, man. So a lot happened last week in comics. We had comic books galore come out. We had events come out last week. We had free comic book day. So there's a lot of things happening and a lot of things that we got to talk about. So right. I guess we can go ahead and just kind of sort of just dive into it. I think the first thing I just kind of want to get out of the way, I'm not going to, no spoilers on this one, fellas. I have to say this. Yo, what up, Steve? Steve Whiting in the building. What's going on, brother? Appreciate you for joining us, man. So no spoilers on this first book that I'm going to show. I'm just going to kind of like talk about how I liked it because I want to use it to promote what I'm doing tomorrow. Turtle Talk, me, Edwin, the comic jabroni, right here, 90MF Comics at the same time, 8 o'clock. We'll be talking about turtles. So make sure you guys join us tomorrow. But I'm going to say this. I read this, Batman TMNT III, issue number 1. This is the Eastman variant. Had to get this variant. I just love this cover.
Yeah, it's a great cover.
And I'm going to say this. This book is awesome. If you're not reading it, you need to read it. This concept on this book is phenomenal. I actually think it is the best concept of the 3. I really enjoyed the first run. The second run, I liked the first one more, but this one might be my favorite. You know, it's hard to say just going off of one book, but just off this one book, it's a heavy hitter, bro. I can tell you that. So no spoilers. Go read this. Join the chat tomorrow with me, the comic jabroni, Edwin, getting down here, 8 o'clock for Turtle Talk. And we'll see you guys in the chat tomorrow for that. Hey, yo, bro, what's up, JB? I got to get you the thumbnail for that so you can add us on tomorrow's show because me and the comic jabroni are getting down on some Turtle Talk Thursday. So now that my little promo's out of the way, let's go ahead and open it up with me and Hyde's favorite character, or at least he's my favorite character. And I guess I'm just you under the bus with me, Hyde. But Cosmic Ghost Rider, issue number 3 of Destroys Marvel History. And just let me say this. I feel like this is getting better and better.
Yeah, man, it's a lot of fun. It's just going crazy places now.
Yeah, it's great fun for sure.
Bro, I mean, I don't know. Like, I enjoyed this issue. I don't know if it was the interaction between his daughter, but then, of course, as we later find out, and we'll dive into it in a moment and show you guys what we're talking about here. But, man, this book was just a lot of fun to read. Once again, I'm not sure if he really did these things or if he's just, like, spinning his, you know, take on the Marvel history. What do you think it is, guys?
I think he is going back there and doing it because the Watcher is popping up going, no.
In each different scene?
Yeah, like in each comic, it seems like the Watcher is like there at some point, just like shaking his head or like upset about what's going on. And I believe he warned him at the beginning of this. So it is going to be like he's doing it, but then there's just going to be like a big, great timeline.
Yeah, you can think of it as its own timeline.
Yeah, it definitely is its own timeline. Obviously, it's like it's a mini series. It's pretty awesome that Paul Scheer, sorry, Peter Scheer, what the hell's wrong with me? Paul Scheer is writing this, the comedian, and yeah, I've been enjoying this. It's a lot of fun. I guess as a Cosmic Ghost Rider fan, and man, as we're continuing on here, we got a few more awesome people joining us in the chat. We got the champ himself, and every time he gets in here, guys, I got to strap up real quick because I got to throw on the gold. Because YouTube is 90, if you guys forgot. We can't let anyone forget. Biggie Shaq is in the building. Thank you for joining us. We also got John's Comics with Kids. We got Barbarian Kung Fu. We also have Aggressively Relaxing joining us. You guys are awesome. Thank you all for being here. So, the book opens up high. Do you want to start it off as we dive into it?
Yeah, I'm on it. Let me open it up now. Get a good refresher of what's going on. Yeah.
Ghost Rider.
Yeah. And yeah, it starts off Frank, or Cosmic Frank at this point, is chilling at his house.
Yeah, well, we'll just go ahead and
talking to his daughter.
What he's referring himself to.
Oh yeah.
Which is Uncle
oh yeah, what is it? It's like Uncle Franco or some fake ass.
Yeah. He's just pretty much pretending he's the uncle of, like, Frank's brother. Their uncle.
Fredo. No,
Fredo.
He's Frank's uncle because his dad had two brothers that were still left in Sicily, and that's what's explained. So you have Uncle Fredo, who's Cosmic Ghost Rider, Frank Castle, talking with his daughter, and she's like going through I got it stuck on Javi, and she's going through some teenage growing pains, you can say, and going through puberty. And this is Frank Castle getting ready to like have the conversation about puberty with his daughter that he barely really knows. And I guess that like that's the awkward part, and he's like having this conversation and dialogue with himself, like, man, should I really be doing this right now? But he's like, well, I know my young self isn't going to do it, so I might as well. So he starts trying to like explain puberty, but using X-Men stories. And I think that was like the best part.
Oh yeah, no, it totally is. And it's hilarious because it's like supposed to be her uncle she's never met having this important talk. Like in the first 5 minutes they've met.
Yeah. And he's like, you want to hear my stories? And she's like, no. And he's like, come on. And she's like, if there's any story about a princess in it, like, I'm out. So it opens up with, I guess, you have a Dark Phoenix run right here going on. And like he catches up with the X-Men out in space and whatnot. And he the plane crashes with Phoenix and all that type of stuff. And
pretty much what's like, if you see the trailer for X-Men Dark Phoenix coming out now, this like kind of ties into that, where they're in the ship, the X-Men are in the ship, the radiation, they're talking about this radiation that's going on, and of course Cosmic Ghost Rider is just on his bike next to the X-Men ship.
And that's this little panel right here. And then anyway, Cosmic Ghost Rider winds up getting the power of Cosmic, and he's explaining this to his daughter, and it's just pretty, his own take on it. It's pretty funny. And then my favorite part, like, he eventually like loses it because the Phoenix is like, it's not you, it's me. And I guess if the Phoenix likes Jean Grey more, so then that's when the Phoenix attaches to Jean Grey. And I thought that was a funny ass panel. If I can find that real quick, I thought that was so good, man. And and to your point, and that's when you see the Watcher show up in that corner there. So good call there, man. Oh yeah, it's this one right here. I walked right. The Phoenix like goes from Cosmic to Jean Grey. So just too funny, man. So it swings back around. He's telling more, X-Men stories. They use Days of Future Past in here, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, they throw in a whole bunch of characters. They throw in Bishop, Beast. They throw in the Hellfire Club, and how just Cosmic Ghost Rider has been almost every little instance of X-Men's history, just putting in his input and doing his own little whimsical things.
And then wasn't there like a Punisher storyline that was referenced in here?
Yeah, there is actually. It's the him and where he meets up with Wolverine in a bar, and they're looking for like the same scumbags, but like everybody keeps knocking out all the bars and stuff, so they're trying to figure out who's doing it. Turns out it was a brother of a mobster, and they cut off his legs to make him short because it's a little people gang. It's after him and doing everything.
As I turn to the next page, and I'll show that.
Yeah,
Up.
and apparently. It was from Punisher in 2001. No idea. I've never read that, but I gotta look into that now.
Yeah, so, gang versus the Punisher and Cosmic Ghost Rider. Oh, Wolverine and Cosmic Ghost Rider, where it was supposed to be like the Punisher, but too funny. And then I guess this next part was kind of funny as well because he comes across, if I'm not mistaken, it's Kitty Pryde, right? And she's like getting ready to die, I guess, or something like that. And she has like some sort of capsule or something. And he winds up like, I guess, going to Professor X. And this is like some like crazy alternate future, if I'm not mistaken. And they wind up like transporting him to like Kitty Pryde in the past.
Yeah, something. Yes. Oh, yeah.
And this is like this is like the. And they're fighting. This is like Days of Future Past. No, they're fighting the Sentinels and stuff like that.
Yeah, this may be that. You're right. I believe this might be comic book Days of Future Past for sure. I haven't read it. I don't think I did, but if I do, I don't remember it. Like most old important X-Men arcs, I don't remember any details.
Me too. I'm terrible when it comes to that. It was just the show and 90s comics for me. So I got to get on that. But big thing is our boy Frank comes home.
Yeah.
And he's, talking with Uncle Fredo, and he's playing it cool at first. He's like, "Yo, Fredo, let's go get some beers in the back fridge." He's like, "The cold ones are in the back." And he's like, "Yeah, I know." And then Frank, comes and confronts him, and he's like, "Yeah, my uncle Fredo died a long time before I was born. So who the hell are you?" So now we got confrontation between Frank and Frank leading up into the next issue. So this is going to be kind of fun and interesting. You have to really be a Cosmic Ghost Rider fan, I think, to really enjoy this. But this is just pure comic, like comedic enjoyment. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, like it's dumb as hell, and it knows it's dumb, and it's having a lot of. It's just great. I hate saying fun because all comics are fun. They're supposed to be, but this is damn fun.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun, man.
Yeah.
So, Cosmic Ghost Rider Destroys Marvel History, issue number 3. Beautiful cover. Check it out if you haven't checked it out. All right.
Oh, yeah. I got my hands on a variant of that cover somehow.
Sweet.
A really nice one.
The next issue is going to have to deal with the Captain America universe.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Hopefully.
Yeah, that cover for number 4 is crazy. It has like a red skull.
Oh, I haven't seen that.
It's probably in the back there. I probably forgot to look at it.
Yeah.
All right. So that will bring us to our next book from last week, the big event book from last week, War of the Realms, issue 3. And also, too, I do believe tonight this will be reviewed on White Whale Comics channel, issues 1, 2, and 3. On the book club, it'll be John's Comics with Kids, Alec from White Whales Comics on his channel, and JD from JD Comics. So make sure you guys go check that out later. I'll probably be in the chat watching that as well. Because I'm going to say this. I know Comic Head 84, the Macho Head. I don't know if you're in the chat here, brother. I got to call you out because you put this on your pass list, man. And I think you're wrong, bro. And if anyone's been reading Thor, you already know this is Jason Aaron's big finale on Thor. And I've actually been enjoying it. I guess he doesn't like this whole tie-in thing with all the characters in the universe and stuff like that. But I think it's cool because Jason Aaron's really only written a few characters, and you really get to see him open up and write some characters like Spider-Man that he's never written before. And I think he's, nailing it with some of the jokes and stuff like that. But anyway, let's get into it. War of the Realms issue 3. This one was cool because our boy Daredevil, you know, I guess before we get there, we get this little. They're back at the headquarters, and Lady Freya is just like breaking it down on what needs to happen.
Yeah, they're in the Avengers. They're in the armory. I thought that was so cool.
Yeah, and she's just telling like she needs their help to go find her son because they got to bring him home. So Captain America, rallies up and makes that happen. And then when you go back to Asgard, you got Heimdall and Daredevil, 2 blind guys trying to get the bridge back. And I thought that was pretty cool. And then Daredevil winds up getting the power of the Bifrost on the next page. So. Nice little cool cosmic, Daredevil getting some cosmic action. Like, how many times have you seen that?
Not as many as it should be.
Yeah. Something that might be getting looked past right now by some people. But yeah, man, I thought it was pretty cool, man, that, we get to see Daredevil power of Bifrost. And then it cuts back to Midgard where they're on Jotunheim, which I believe is like North America, if I'm not mistaken, on the map. And, they're riding out trying to find Thor, amongst the land of the giants. And then you get a nice little action on this page. Luke Cage is riding out with them. He gets his like little Pegasus gets knocked off. It's a couple lines in here. You got
Yeah, they're all decked out in like this crazy like medieval armor and swords, and they're just riding into Jotunheim.
All except like Wolverine. He's just riding.
I like how Spider-Man has a helmet, like that golden helmet. Nobody else has a helmet.
Yeah, he's really and you can't really see it too much in like these panels, but Iron Fist has got an awesome purple robe and a sword. He's got himself like a flare thing going and a really cool sword. I gotta say.
Captain America points out that the frost giants are shooting arrows the size of telephone poles. So like that's what they're up against. But it's pretty crazy, man. You got some brutal, stuff happening, some blood action. This is a little weird team you got riding out here. You got Luke Cage, Iron Fist, Wolverine, Cap, and Spidey. And one of the Spidey jokes, as I was mentioning, he goes, "Hey, why does everybody else have cool swords and stuff, and I've just got a shield? And what kind of a loser goes with a battle with just this?" And then he's like, "Oh wait, and Captain America's like leading the charge, bro. So some cool things that like I said, I like to see Jason Aaron opening up, some of the characters that he's writing for.
And it is like you're right, it is a weird little team because anybody here separated works on every single Marvel team, period. But just to have them grouped up is weird for some reason.
Yeah, I mean, not that it's bad. It's
no, not at all.
And how many times do you see things like that? So I thought it was kind of cool, man.
So I love the team, but it's just a strange thing to see.
Then we go, back to where the realm of the Dark Elves, and if I'm not mistaken, that's like the Europe area, and you got the Avengers getting ready to like pretty much like have like a sneak attack on them because they've been disguised themselves as Dark Elves and whatnot. So they eventually like make their move, which I thought was kind of cool. You have Robbie Reyes, Ghost Rider, who is popping right now. I don't know if you guys know about that, but that issue 1 is on fire.
Damn.
This is a nice little
2 or 3.
Yeah. So this nice little panel here, and pretty just cool stuff. Blade's still on the team over here. I believe you still have a Valkyrie on like this little team, and this is a nice little team with Blade, She-Hulk, Valkyrie, Punisher, and Robbie Reyes, Ghost Rider, and they're holding their. It's just at this point, war is just taking place everywhere, and then it cuts back to Midgard, where you got Malekith just rolling through the streets of New York City, and then this is a pretty cool team, if I'm not mistaken. What do you guys think about this next team that you have together?
Oh yeah, with the Hulk, Wolverine, Winter Soldier, Venom, Deadpool.
Yeah,
Captain Britain.
you know, and they have like a Valkyrie as well.
Yeah.
So they're trying to make their move on actual Malekith,
The whole
you know,
screw.
and Venom's like, you know, of course, threatening him to eat him. And then as Daredevil, and then the one thing that's, I guess, kind of crazy about this bouncing back and forth, you know, between everything that's happening, like, because war is completely broken out.
Definitely. This is where the tie-ins come in, because the tie-ins explain more of what each of these teams are doing. But without the tie-ins, this book does a great job. The transitions are well enough that you can follow the book and follow each of the characters, and there's not much of like a focus on each of the teams. It's all very collective, and it's great. It's really good.
So back on Asgard, you know, Daredevil is explaining, I guess now he can like sense things even more. And then Jane Foster kind of shows up, and they're still trying to create that link to, I guess, you know, the Avengers team. Well, one of the, I want to believe the Midgard Avengers team where Cap is. And no, where they're in the land of the giants to like create that connection. And then they get ambushed by some dark elves, you know, and then they have to start getting at it too. So just more action happening there. You know, Fantastic Four getting down as well in it. So I think this is one of the things that Kenny was mentioning. He just didn't like, I guess, how it brings everybody in. But hey, you know, to each their own. I dig it. We get back.
In that page, this is weird, but Reed looks a lot like Jim from The Office.
And I think it's been mentioned. People have been throwing that out there, I think. No?
All right, well.
You think they're insinuating something there?
No, I don't know. I think they just like the way it looks. Because it does, yeah. It does look a lot like them in this one. Like more than ever. Like they went intentional.
Yeah.
It's strange.
So back to the land of the giants. This team's still doing their thing. They wind up, you know, all having to kind of like flee a little bit, but I think they took out a couple giants while they're at it. I think our boy Wolverine went berserker for a second. So they wind up, you know, and I guess this is the big part, you know, of the book. You know, everything else is still happening. War is still happening in all those other realms and stuff like that. So
yeah, the team on Jotunheim, they start hearing like Thor screaming. So that's like where they start like rushing over there. Like, oh, we gotta get over there. Someone's screaming. Oh, it's Thor.
Yeah, and that's where you see this panel of them just like getting out of there. So they're, you know, they're getting ready to like gear up, you know, because they think they're gonna see something crazy. And you know, you got Thor over here kind of like just suspended in the air and just lightning going everywhere. And they're trying to figure out what's going on. Like, is he still alive, you know, because of the way he's screaming. And the next page is just awesome, bro. And I think that's where it's going to start picking up. And if you're a Thor fan, this splash is awesome and you have to get on it. But feed me more frost giants, because he's just been there murdering frost giants. So
what about the page before that with Venom?
Yeah, I guess wanted to kind of get to that, but no, we can talk about that. So Malekith winds up, you know, taking and creating. And I guess you're right; it is a major point. So kind of before that all happens, they find Thor. Malekith has like this sword, and it's like this fire sword, and Venom tries to go in for the kill, and I mean, and it's kind of been teased. We all know what that next cover is, you know?
Yeah.
And it seems that Malekith now will have control of Venom. And if I'm not mistaken, you know, Venom is separate. He's his own symbiote right now. Like, and if you're reading the Venom tie-in, like, Eddie doesn't have the symbiote. He winds up getting this, like, rune from one of the dark elves, like, witches, and it like gives him like what he desires most. And it, you know, it's like a symbiote like thing, and it can do stuff like the symbiote, but it's just him. So Malekith is going to have like control of the symbiote, it seems like, for at least the event. And then when Donny Cates comes back, he'll be continuing the story. So that's kind of cool, you know. And I guess you can say Jason Aaron's like, yeah, man, take, he removed the symbiote from Eddie. He's like, yo, take him, use him for how you want. And then you're going to see, Malekith controlling the symbiote. So what do you guys think of that?
That's going to be insane.
Okay, so this Venom, this Venom is just a symbiote.
Yeah, by itself.
Yeah.
So
yeah, he yanked it off of Eddie at some point.
Yeah. And remember, at the end of Venom issue 12, the symbiote like kind of walked off, like in the shape of human, had like a.
Do you think Malekith is like absorbing the symbiote? I think he's just. I think he's extinguishing it.
I think he's trying to control it because on the next cover, I think they show it, man. He's got like the symbiote tied up like a dog, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh yeah.
So if you check this out right here, Butch is a sick cover, man. Beautiful cover.
Oh, real quick before we move on, there is an amazing Punisher's been getting a lot of love lately. I've been noticing he's in everything now. But there was like an amazing little Punisher War Journal caption like way back when they were the elves undercover. Elf offensive, day 1, rode on a rainbow, took orders from Thor's mom, snuck into a swampy hellhole swarming with a million pointy-eared bastards all tougher than snake turds. Remind me never to leave the 5 boroughs again. And then that was it. And it's just everybody's giving him like these little things. And that was that's so funny. He doesn't leave New York and he hates all this superhero nonsense. It's so funny to me.
Maybe he's going to be controlling a part of Venom, but that is definitely the other half of Venom has manifested itself into a sword. So that sword right there
is Venom.
Yeah. But Malekith doesn't wield that sword. I don't think so.
Not yet. I don't know. I just feel like the cover gives something away in the next thing. It seems like he's gonna, why wouldn't he take control of that? And like, it seems like he wanted that because if I'm not mistaken, there's a bubble where he's talking to Venom and he mentions Noel. Like he knows about the whole Noel and all that type of stuff.
Well, he says that he was having a conversation with the symbiote. Yeah.
Yeah. So, but all right. And I guess we forgot to do it with Cosmic Ghost Rider, and we can kind of like backtrack and we'll do it. So out of our grading scale, what we get in Cosmic Ghost Rider?
I'll say definitely a supersize it. I love this thing.
Yeah.
Nothing's
just it. All
hilarious.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Comic books are hard to do.
As a Cosmic Ghost Rider fan, supersize. But if you're not a Cosmic Ghost Rider fan, I do not recommend this to you. So I'll just say that. But supersize for me as well. What about you, Javi?
It was okay. It was good. I'll give
value
it value meal. Yeah.
He's gonna value meal it. I hear you. All right, War of the Realms, issue number 3. Where are you going?
I'll go value meal. It was good. It had its moments, but it's a small part of a larger thing that once it ends, we'll know how the whole thing is. But it was good. It was a good fun read.
Yeah, I'm with you. I'm gonna say it's a value meal with an added McFlurry. It was just, you know what I'm saying? It wasn't like, out of the park, but it was just one of those days like, you know what? I got what I wanted. I also want a little dessert. Actually, you know what? I take back the McFlurry. Let's make it an apple pie.
All right. I was going to say Sunday. I was going to give it a Sunday. You're right. I didn't think we could do additions, but you're right. We should.
We should. Yeah. Why not? Right? We're winging it here. So yeah. I'm going to go ahead. It's value meal with an apple pie. I enjoyed it. To your point, it's a smaller book in a bigger scheme of things. I like how it just tied in everybody with all the, what's going on in all the different realms, quote unquote. So pretty cool. And Javi, what are you giving it?
I'm going to supersize it. I'm going to supersize War of the Realms. I thought it was cool. Yeah. To your point, the reason why I supersize it is because it is part of a bigger and greater thing. And
no, I hear you.
Like a piece. And I don't know. It was a nice teaser for me, and I don't know. I liked it.
Especially that Thor piece at the end.
Yeah, that was awesome.
Well, we have a lot of different characters like shining in their own light. We have Daredevil, Punisher, like all those guys. It's cool, especially seeing Jason Aaron like seeing what he wants to do with these characters. It's really cool.
No.
Yeah, no, he does right for everybody really well. He doesn't miss a beat. Nothing seems weird.
Yeah, I agree with you there. Jason Aaron's is killing it on all ends, and I love the art as well. So, I know
The art is beautiful. Man, don't make me change it to a supersize. Because it is really, really, really good. But I'm just going to supersize everything, so I'm going to stick to my guns. Value menu, value meal, Sunday.
Hey, man, it could be a supersized episode. All right. Before we get to the last book that we're going to review today, a couple more people joining us in the chat. We got the boy who had 7. What's going on? I'll actually be joining him and Matt Thanatos tomorrow night reviewing Green Lantern, Revenge of the Green Lantern Corps, if I'm not mistaken. Revenge of the Green Lanterns, sorry, by Jeff Johns. I got that wrong. I apologize. But I'll be on them right after Turtle Talk, which will be here, and then I'll be joining them right after that. So make sure you guys go check out. I want to say it's on the boy who had 7's channel or Thanatos' channel. So just subscribe to both of them, and you'll know when we go live. So, all right, last book. Javi, I know you said you wanted to take the lead on this one. We're just going to go ahead and show this is probably my cover pick of last week as well, man. Come on.
Yeah, no, it's perfect. That's enough to get me to buy any book.
Savage Avengers, issue number 1. Javi got the variant, and let him show it off.
Awesome, clean cover. I like the heading. Like the Savage Avengers, it looks really cool.
Yeah, it does, actually.
Yeah. Shout out to Biggie Shaq. He goes, I think some jabronis went to Tom's. I rep 90, brother. And you know what, brother? I appreciate that, Biggie Shaq. You the man. Smurf rocks with 90. Of course. I love it. We clicked up, baby. Too sweet. All right, Javi, go ahead. Savage Avengers, issue number 1. Let's just go ahead and hop right into it. This is awesome because you get 2 characters that you probably would never thought you would even see together.
Yeah, and you mentioned this to me. I think it was during Free Comic Book Day. How some sites were calling this the first appearance of the Savage Avengers team, but it only kind of showcases 2 characters out of this team. We have the book opening up. We go straight into the Savage Lands, and we see like the prime antagonist of the book, which is this cult known as I think they're called the Sickles or something like that. Yeah, that's the city of Sickles is where they're at, and the city of Sickles is located in the Savage Lands. And I don't know if you've been reading Conan, but in Conan, they've been teasing how his blood will be a sacrifice to one of the old gods. Well, we fast forward into Savage Avengers, and this cult, which I believe is an offshoot of the Hand in some sort of way.
Because they have like a lecture there at one point, right?
Yeah, and yeah, they're like using like the same kind of similar blades, and it's a very ninja-esque cult. And pretty much this head guy is he's been here for decades, he says, and he's been trying to gather blood from the most prominent warriors, artists, thinkers, anybody who he feels that is enlightened enough. He will go and capture them and sacrifice them. And what the cult is trying to do is they're trying to release a god. He's known as the god of marrow, which like bones and marrow. So show this off right here.
Oh yeah, that's such an awesome thing. Like the art in this is impeccable. Like it's
his name again. Like that was the first appearance. That was the first appearance of this book.
His name is some. It's of course it's some offshoot Greek, Italian, old god name. Joatun Lau, the marrow god. And if you've been reading Avengers No Road Home, the last thing that happened with Conan is that he got transported into the Savage Lands. So Conan is doing his thing in the Savage Lands, being a barbarian, and he's come across unknowingly. He's come across the Hand, and he's been killing them. And he's heard rumors that this cult is holding a treasure. It's a gem, a jewel that it's like a jewel the size of his palm, and he's just like all about this treasure. He's like, this is what I'm after. I'm gonna infiltrate this cult, steal their treasure, and then we'll see what happens from there. While he's fighting while he's fighting these ninjas, he gets attacked by none other.
His brother Voodoo, isn't it?
Well, he gets attacked first by Wolverine.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, no, he's just kind of chilling around and helps Wolverine with the ninjas, and then Conan turns around and bashes it and gets him in the head with a sword.
Right, because they don't really know each other. So.
Yeah, Conan's just like, rah!
Oh, I'm sorry. I was jumping through the book. My bad.
And he hits him with a crom.
Yeah, so you're right. Yeah, Derek's right. So here we have Conan pretty much sticking his sword into Logan's head.
Deodato killing the work.
Yeah, man.
Really hard.
They have their own little bout. I love how Conan he says, "Oh, you're sneak blades." Like, I thought that was really cool. And Conan admires, or he acknowledges, how Wolverine is immortal. Every blow that he's dealing to Wolverine, Wolverine is just coming back up. So they have this moment where they decide to not help each other, but come into an understanding where Conan is going to go after the jewel, and Logan is pretty much going after the cult. Conan,
Yeah, and we have that awesome dialogue as they're in some beer and wine cellar, just chugging and talking.
Yeah, Conan wakes up first. He takes a chug out of a big gallon, or big ale, and then he proceeds to pour some into Wolverine's mouth to try and wake him up.
Yeah, to which Wolverine responds, "Thanks, Popeye needs his spinach." It's awesome.
They go their separate ways, and that's where Brother Voodoo comes in. And Brother Voodoo was part of the Uncanny Avengers when Rogue was leading the team, I believe.
Brother Voodoo's he's a great old character. He was obscure. Yeah. They recently brought him back, within the last 10 years.
Yeah, he was part of the Uncanny Avengers when Avengers wasn't doing so hot, but he was part of one of those teams, and he gets a call, I guess, from this connection that he has from the Hand, and he pretty much gets tricked into going to the city of Sickles, where he believes he's going to go help somebody, but in the end, Brother Voodoo gets just traded off, and he's now prisoner inside of the city of Sickles, and of course he's going to get sacrificed, and his blood is going to churn the tides to try and summon this old god for this cult. That's when Wolverine shows up at the city of Sickles. He tries to stop Brother Voodoo from being killed, but it's unfortunately too late.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And
big ol' rip,
right? Because Wolverine just gave away his position, he gets bombarded by the Hand, and now he gets captured. Or at least we can assume. It's not shown in the comic, but we can assume that he gets captured by this cult, and immortal blood. That's some pretty powerful blood right there, if you ask me.
Yeah, that's true.
But
And they don't have a limitless supply of it too.
yeah, but the end of the book
Mm-hmm.
is where we have some of these Hand members come to the city of Sickle, and they're actually carrying caskets with them. And the leader's like, "Oh, why'd you bring me these caskets? Like, what's the whole point of this? Like, I need people who are alive, not people who are dead. I can't really siphon blood from dead people." And the people are explaining to him, "Oh no, this is just a lure. This is just a way to lure him, one of the greatest warriors that ever lived in the
A
universe."
man who shed more blood than any.
Yeah, a man who has shed more blood than any. We turn the page and we see it's Frank Castle at a graveyard, and his wife's body has been dug up and is now gone missing. And the Punisher is ready to punish, if you will.
Oh yeah, and they brought 3 coffins, meaning it's also his children that they have. Like they yeah, they threw down they slapped him with the glove there.
Yeah, what other way can you lure Frank Castle out of New York, you know?
Yeah, there's no other way, and people have done it so many times, like that exact thing, and it never gets old. It's like you just see it and you're like, ooh, they pissed him off. And yeah, I could see that used as a plot device in anything that features the Punisher in it and be happy. In a weird, horrible way. I'm sorry, but it makes for good storytelling. Nothing pisses them off more.
So I want to ask you a question, Chad, because I saw this, and I know if you show off the non-variant cover, we see a symbiote on that cover, right?
Mm-hmm.
So if you look at this page right here, where it shows Conan has found the chamber of where the amulet, like this powerful magical jewel, lies. We see a person. He's surrounded by this pit of snakes all around, and then we see this caged creature up top here. Do you think that is a venom? I'm not saying the venom, but a venom. Look at that picture again, and just like the way that the tongue is sticking out, and the eyes, the white eyes.
So you think that's where the symbiote is?
That's a symbiote. It almost seems like it would have to be.
So no, I think you're right. So I guess kind of, sort of, you get to see almost the whole team. The only one that's missing is who? No, that's everyone actually.
Yeah, everybody had like a little appearance at least.
Yeah, I guess you're right. They just haven't like teamed up yet.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So it doesn't seem like they've became a team, you know?
Yeah, and Punisher just pops up to get tormented. As
Yeah,
the
and
cliffhanger.
Elektra's just there with the hand, so I guess she's gonna have to like eventually.
Conan and Wolverine are they definitely did not team up.
No.
They explicitly said, "Oh, we're gonna go our separate ways in this book." So it'll be cool to kind of see how their not conflict of interest, how their their common interests
Well,
make them team up.
Like, yeah,
the cover of the next issue is them like fighting again.
Yeah.
but it seems like that's what it's gonna be because they're Savage Avengers. Can you show that cover, Javi?
Yeah, please. Like it's just like, oh, remember what happened this issue? More to come.
Yeah, but I think that's just a little cover swipe there from you know what. A little cover homage. Kind of looks like something we all know. Hey, yo, we got C. Woodard in the building. What's going on, C. Wood? He's one of the Turtle Trio. He won't be able to make it tomorrow night, but don't worry. He's part of the Turtle Talk Thursdays, so we'll be shouting him out tomorrow for Turtle Talk. So, all right, guys. So that's everything we read last week. Let's go ahead and rate Savage Avengers. You had to rate it on our scale that we're going with. And Javi, thank you for that incredible review, bro. You killed that shit.
Yeah.
Supersizing the Salty. It's probably going to be the read of the week for me. I'm going to say that. Pick of the week, supersize it, and throw in a McFlurry in this bad boy. That's how I'm taking this one home. How about you guys?
Yeah, the dialogue was just everything was great about this. It was great. It was just the art. I can't get over the art. Like alone for that, it's a supersize. Like even if it was just like a bunch of squiggles in the dialogue and you had to make it up, it'd still get a supersize. The art's perfect. But no, it's great. It's supersize.
Supersize. What about you, Javi?
Supersize for sure. For sure. And it's a great build up, you know, for what's to come. And the art is phenomenal. It's the art in this book is amazing.
Yeah, like I love Deodato. He's always good, but I've never seen him do anything this like beautiful. Like it's awesome. Like yeah, that's alone worth the cover price. Duggan's killing it, but Deodato, man.
Yep, agreed.
Agreed. All right. So that will bring us to, I guess, the 90 Miles from Comics pick of the week. What are you guys going with? Are we going to vote on it? Or are we going to have separate ones? My vote is Savage Avengers. I'm going Chad's Savage Avengers. What about you, Hyde?
Yeah, now Savage Avengers. Yeah, definitely.
What about you, Javi?
Oh, I'm going to have to go with Savage Avengers on this one.
All right. So you guys heard it first. 90 Miles from Comics, read of the week from last week, Savage Avengers, issue 1. Got to add it to my pool. Got to email my people. So, and shout out to Seawood, yo. I believe, if I'm not, I had to actually step away to start this show, Seawood, but I guess from what it seems, you won the grand prize from the Spider-Man booth box. So that's awesome, bro. Congrats, man. Damn. And you know what's funny? Because everyone's been hitting grails on those, I actually just purchased my first box like a week ago. So we'll see what happens with that. So that moving along to the next part of our show, we haven't been able to get together and talk about our free comic book day. So we're going to go ahead and kick it to free comic book day. I know, Javi, before we get into the comics, you got some prints, bro. So let's get into that, yo. Yo, Giant Size X-Men 1. That's awesome. Seawood. He won it.
That is awesome.
Yeah. And that must have been what? The regular box, right? So that's awesome, dude. Congrats, bro.
Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah, man. I hopped on that Spider-Man box.
I probably won't show off. I mean, I just got a couple prints from some local artists. I'll definitely shout them out. This is a Captain America print. You can see, like young Steve Rogers from the movies, and then like, an older version, Captain America, the classic one.
Dude, that's boss. Like that is awesome.
It's awesome. It's still in the plastic, so there's some glare shining off of it.
Yeah, for sure. But that's really great, man. That's a great pickup.
And wow. I also picked up this Wonder Woman from the same artist. I love the big hair.
Big 80s hair, Wonder Woman. It's pretty great.
This guy is Trom82. That's Trom TRAUM 82. You can definitely find him on Instagram. He's a local South Florida artist. I believe he's going to be at SuperCon, so get your SuperCon tickets. Go check out his booth, Trom82. And I picked up some prints as well. This is instead of Better Call Saul, Better Call Cal. Little homage.
Yeah, that's very nice. The style that's drawn in is beautiful. Like, I love the Superman silhouette.
Here's a crazy I Am Groot poster. This has references from 80s. You have Iron Giant up here, E.T.
That's a Ready Player One thing, right?
Yeah, it's like Ready Player One, but
Yeah.
all these different types of pop culture references.
All right.
Dope.
I just got to show you one more, which I know you're gonna like, Chad.
Hell yeah. Shout out to DS Comics too in the building. I don't know if I shouted him out earlier, but he's been in the chat for a minute. So thank you, brother, for being here. And shout out to the Macho Head for being here. What up, bro? I gotta let you know, you gotta catch the replay, Kenny. Because I kind of called you out. Just a little bit on your hate on War of the Realms, but I'm gonna let the beef be out in the air, bro. I ain't afraid to talk it. I'll see you in the ring, brother. So let's see it, Javi. Let's see it. Oh, dude.
This is the Chimichanga Kid, Karate Kid.
Yes, bro. That is sick.
But this one's for you, Chad, right here.
Ah, dude, that is badass. You gotta frame that bad boy. Hell yeah.
Oh, that's awesome, dude.
You almost pulled the Comic Head 84 and dropped that, bro. You can't do that. That's too nice, man.
Rob Reap. Rob Reap. So go follow him on Instagram. He did these other 4. Rob Reap. He is amazing. His uniqueness for these superhero prints is awesome. You see a lot of people doing superhero prints, and
that is
same old thing, but he puts his own unique twist on them for sure.
You know me all too well. That is sick, dude. Hell yeah. I'm wearing my Venom shirt too. You're such a tease. You're such a tease.
And I did pick up a comic. I want to show this off. This is Knights of the Golden Sun #1 variant.
Dude,
Mad Cave Studios was thankfully, I'm grateful. They're a local comic book distributor, publisher, and I can, they're in my backyard, so I can talk to the guys. And they had this at one of the free comic book day booths over there at one of our local comic book shops, and to pick this up. I believe it's a wraparound cover, but I'm not going to take it out. It's just the front.
Yeah.
Yeah, no need.
Sick.
That's the beautiful thing.
Sick. That is a beautiful cover. And yo, those are awesome prints that you picked up on New Comic Book Day. And did you pick up any new free comic books on Free Comic Book Day? I said New Comic Book Day. What the hell am I talking about? So that was awesome pickups on Free Comic Book Day. What free comic books did you pick up, Javi?
Free comic books. I got my TMNT.
Sweet. I got mine too. I wasn't able to get it out there, but I had a couple friends that were able to hook me up. My brother, Highly, a comic bro, actually went out and he got me I'm going to show them all. He got me a stack of free comic books. So
nice.
I'm excited to show off which ones I got. And then my brother, Caleb, picked up these 2 for me. And then also Highly, a comic bro, picked up 2 of each of these for me. And I was able to gift one of these to somebody so they can go out and read it. And I want to say this Spider-Man right here. You know what? I wanted to talk about it earlier, but I'm just going to let people go read it for themselves. Go read this. It's the intro to Absolute Carnage, and I'm super excited for that event. Kenny, I don't care what you say about events. That event, Absolute Carnage, is going to be money. And this is going to be a ton of fun. And you best believe we're going to be talking about this on Symbiote Talk with me and the Comic Bros. So be on the lookout for that. Make sure you go pick that up. Did you get one of these, Javi?
Yes, I did. And I got you one too, Hyde.
Thank you. Awesome. I was not able to make it out, but awesome to know that I got probably one of the ones that's going to be more talked about. That's awesome. Thank you, Javi. My hat's off to you.
I have an extra TMNT if you want it.
Yeah, you know what? I want to pretend I went to Free Comic Book Day.
Yeah, bro. That's kind of
Thank
like
you, man. That's awesome.
kind of like me too, bro. Yeah, that's kind of
You
like
got,
what
you
I
got
do.
like almost all of them then, Chad, right?
Not all of them.
Yeah.
There's a few I missed out on because I guess they were picked over. He was telling me like Avengers was gone and some other stuff. So actually, like yeah. So you got Avengers? Yeah, I didn't get one of those. So, but I got 2 more TMNTs. I'm gonna go ahead and give one of these away. I might give this away with some TMNT books that I have. I don't know. I might do something tomorrow night. I might do a giveaway on Turtle Talk. So I'm gonna put one of those aside for that. And I got a couple doubles of TMNT books. I gotta go try to find and some trades that I could probably like give away with that. That's probably the move. So, all right. So those are out of the way. What else did you pick up, Javi?
I got my Avengers, like I said, and just some random, I guess, anime stuff.
Yeah. So I got some random. I got Eden Zero. Did you get this one?
No, I got Pokemon and My Hero Academia. I just it's just like, give me those two.
Yeah, you sounded almost like I don't know why I have these. I got these things.
Yeah, we got D-Runk in the building, and my brother who hooked me up with the free comic books from the free comic book day, Highly a Comic Bro, joining us in the chat. What is going on, man? We're showing off the stuff from free comic book day. Like I said, I wasn't able to make it out there, but he hooked me up. So picked up that one. He also picked me up Grumble versus the Goon.
Which that's one of them. Well, the Goon just came out recently.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
Grumble's a series going on right now as well, so that's kind of cool. Did you get anything else?
Oh wait, oh man, they put out a new Goon thing. That's awesome.
Yeah, I got issue 1. If you want to read it, Hide, I can let you read it.
Yeah, I check. Yeah, man, the Goon. Have you guys ever? Sorry to derail this, but have you guys ever read a lot of the Goon?
No.
I read a big chunk. It's so good, man. Like,
I've heard good
find
things.
trades, find something. It's worth the read.
Maybe we should do that for our Oprah's book club.
Oh man, I haven't really gone through that in years. I'm in. Oprah Boys Book Club.
Yeah.
Goon time.
Yeah. So we're the 3 of us here at 90 Miles from Comics. We're getting ready to start a new segment called the Oprah's Boys Book Club, and we're gonna kind of the Oprah Boys. We're gonna kind of just go back, dive into some old runs, kind of like how we're doing on Story Comic Core, and how just gonna go back into old runs and talk about them. The trio here. We'll have to figure out another day and time for that. But once I figure that out, I will let you guys know. So stay tuned for the Oprah Boys Book Club. So that's a good nomination. The Goon. We'll put that one up there. Maybe what we'll do is like the first episode, a little pilot episode. We'll get like 3 stories we may want to see or do. 3 stories you want to read, and we'll let the chat decide. They can be decider of our fates. So we'll figure that out. Oprah Boys, yeah.
Oprah Boys is a democratic.
Just so you know, I just opened up my shots are gonna be fired. I'm sure with the Macho Head, he's gonna use that for some fuel, some fire. Unless he's trying to get on the Oprah Boys, yo. Oprah Boys Book Club, yo. Award winning. Okay, so did you get any other free comics, Javi, or no?
They just gifted me some stuff from older free comic book days. I got the Suicide Squad free comic book day, DC Nation, and Year of the Villains. Not that, but that's it for me for my haul for free comic book day.
Word. Well, once again, my brother, Highly a Comic Bro, he got me Animosity. It's a cool little cover.
Nice, yeah.
Oh, that's a decent series. I read like the first chunk of it. That's actually pretty good stuff.
Some Aftershock, some Image Deadly Class. He goes, I'm a Jerry Springer boy. That's too funny. We're just referencing to Oprah's book club, yo. You know,
Springer boys, get out. Oprah Boys.
Oh, I love Biggie Shack. I guess I'd let that ride in the. Gotta let that ride. He also picked me up Vampirella. Look at that cover, man, for free comic book day. Letting the kids see that one. And then last but not least, and I don't know why, but I think I've seen this on eBay. Like someone posted this for like $15, and this is a free comic book day book. And I don't know if this is true, but it's The Dark Age. And he put this one in a bag and a board. So I think it probably had to be one of the hotter ones that people were out looking for.
Yeah, that's one of the ones that are spiking right now.
So those were my free comic day pickups. So, gentlemen, that will leave us to the last part of our show, which is probably my favorite part of the show, where we talk about what we picked up today for New Comic Book Day.
That's right.
Are you guys? Are you gentlemen ready? Yeah, Hyde, go get ready.
I'm shimmying. I'm shimmying to the side. I mostly got stuff from last week, but yeah, or some undisclosed weeks. But yeah, I got 2 from this week, so ready to boogie. Boogie Down Productions.
Boogie Down Productions. All right, I know a lot came out this week, but I actually wind up only getting 3 books, New Comic Book Day books. But I did pick up 2 back issue books, you can say. So I'm excited to show those off. A little heat, you could say. A little heat. So I didn't pick up any indie books this week, unfortunately. I tried to look for one, but I just couldn't really find one that called my name. I really looked, and I couldn't find it. And what sucks is there was an indie back issue book that was there last week that I wanted to buy, but it wasn't there this week. If it was there, I would have picked it up. So I didn't do any of that. And then this one right here. All right, so I won't lie. I did read one of these already. I had to know because it was actually a first appearance and a reveal, so to speak. Sorry, I did already read that. You guys want to start with DC or Marvel first?
I got 1 from each from this week, and I got 2 Marvel in total. So either or, I could do it.
You picked up an indie book, right? So let's kick it off with some indie. What'd you get indie-wise, Hyde?
Well, I picked up this Lazarus Risen from Image. I'm not sure when it came out. Could have been a month ago. Could have been a few weeks ago. But it's by Greg Rucka, who's always good, and Lark. I think Michael Lark. I'm not sure, who's always awesome from what I remember. And yes, I haven't read it at all. It's just a big, thick issue 1, $7.99 thing. And I haven't gotten an indie thing or an Image thing for a while. So I figured might as well start here. Might as well go for the Rucka Man.
Rucka.
And yeah, Michael Lark. And yeah, I have no idea what to expect. Probably some like hard spy thriller thing that Rucka loves to do. He had a bunch of novels that are just like weird spy thriller novels, and yeah, I just want to see what he could do. Last thing I read of his was Wonder Woman.
Wonder Woman.
The Rebirth stuff. And that was great. So yeah, let's see what he can do. Let's see what he's doing.
Sweet. What about you, Javi? Any indie books this week?
Yeah, man, I got 4 indies this week.
Damn, bro. Let's see them. Bust them out, brother.
I got Terry Moore, 5 years. This was last week's book. I follow some of his books. Not all of them. It's cool. Artist, and he's the artist and the writer, and it's in black and white. There's no color in the interior art. So, it's a nice little creator that I want to support. So I decided to pick his book up.
Awesome. That's the best reason to just pick up a book. Oh, he's doing something that is on a small label, on a small imprint. Grab it.
Yeah, Abstract Studio. I've never heard of them at all. I might be his own. I'm not sure, but he does the art and the writing, and yeah, like I mentioned earlier, it's black and white interior art. So I dig that. It's kind of cool to me. I picked up Excellence. This is a Skybound Image book. I was flipping through it. It had really cool art inside. It kind of has this like Black Panther Wakanda like vibe to it, but mixed with magic order. So I'm pretty excited to see what that is, because it does have to like you can see like here in the cover, without the glare at least, they're holding like what looks to be like weapons or like a sword, but it's actually a wand.
Cool.
Yeah, so pretty excited to see what that's all about. Samurai Jack, my boy's back.
I saw it there. I thought about it.
My boy's back. You know that this isn't
It's not the guy that did it though, right? Because didn't the last one the creator was on?
Yeah, the creator was on the last one. I think his name is Genji, or not Genji, Gendi or something like that, some Russian name. I saw some weird sci-fi stuff going on inside of it. So yeah, we'll see what happens. You know, Samurai Jack is always like the foundation is always samurai, you know, righteousness, but they always do some weird sci-fi-esque stuff thrown in there. And the last indie book I got was Shades of Magic. This is another like story arc that has to do with magic and very
He's trying to pull
D&D-esque.
anything that he can for D&D. Don't
Pretty
worry.
much, yeah.
I see you, bro. It's cool. That's why you're the best DM in the game.
Yeah, this has been a really cool run. Maybe I'll do a little video on it. We'll see.
Cool. Yo, shout out to my brother, Mr. Gretzky. He's in the building. He knows that YouTube is 90 and he is here. So what up, Mr. Gretzky? All right. So those were, man, heavy week for you, Javi, huh?
Yeah, I got all these dollar books too. I mean,
Oh wow.
Oh,
yeah.
do you want to pop those off real quick?
And
You can just show them, just like, bam, number. You know, you don't have to like, you know.
Midnight Task Force #2.
Cool.
Dollar bin. She Could Fly #2. I found She Could Fly #1 in the dollar bin like 3 weeks ago, so I found #2 in the dollar bin. And that's it for indies.
Yeah, you can go through the other dollar book bins.
Yeah.
We'll just do weekly things.
I always love me some Frank Cho covers.
Who doesn't?
Wonder Woman variant cover with her holding 2 badass fire swords.
Oh, that's awesome. That's really nice.
This, I believe, is Christopher Cassidy. John Cassidy. Black Widow. Cover art. This is a crazy cool cover.
Oh yeah, I have that actually.
Psychedelic.
Super psychedelic.
Yeah, I bought that when it came out, like in 2010 or whatever. That's an awesome little Warren Ellis Secret Avengers series.
Yeah, Warren Ellis on the story. Yep.
I love it.
No,
I picked that one up in a dollar book too. I gotta finish that. I'm only like 5 issues from having that whole run. I gotta finish collecting that. Thank you for joining us, Highly Comic Bro. You're the man. Thank you, D-Runk. This shirt is awesome. I appreciate it. Gotta love me some Venom. Some Venom.
Avengers Children's Crusade. This Scarlet Witch had a lot to do with this run, and it had implications on some other events. We have your girl right here in the front cover.
Kate Bishop. Damn, how you killed the dollar bin game today, bro?
Yeah.
This was actually on Saturday, but you imagine the line on Saturday was so long that I just put them in my box and I'll pick them up on Wednesday. Yeah. Venom #8. It is a little scuffed and damaged, so that's why it was in the dollar bin. But maybe I'll make this my reader's copy, you know.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Gotta love some Venom. Good call there.
I actually think I have the variant, so this would be cool to just have the original cover. Cover #2, which I picked up because Chris from Mad Cave Studios has been raving about this book. Bendis has been doing some really like meta writing on this, where it's like a comic book artist or a comic book writer is the main character of this book, so very meta. And I picked this up from my boy Dave, Art Germ, Thor cover, Lady Thor cover.
Dave, shout out to Dave.
It's a really nice Jane Foster cover.
He gave you a good price on it?
Yeah, he gave me a really, really good price on it. Yeah.
Dave is always taking care of you, bro. And he's taken care of me in the past. I know exactly what you're talking about.
Give us the deets. I want the exact details. I'm
No.
kidding.
Yeah,
Well,
that's all
come
right.
back, so
Yeah. Maybe we'll get you there.
it's
What do you
Yeah.
Let me see it. Hold on. Put it up again. Let's see it.
It was $3.
Oh, fire. Super great price. All right, dude. Was that it?
That's it for old stuff. Yes. So I'll let you guys do. I didn't.
Well, you're still in on that, bro. Damn, Javi, you picked up more than anyone this week. We're just
Yeah, man.
drowned, bro. We gotta get you some gold. You gotta get strapped up. All right. Do you guys want to go DC or Marvel?
I don't have anything DC.
I got one thing, DC.
All right, cool. Go ahead. Hi, what'd you get, DC?
I got Batman and the Outsiders.
I thought about it. I heard it was kind of a cool concept, and I don't know. I just was like, you know what? I'll wait to see what happens with it. If I miss out on it, I miss out on it. My DC pick was Detective Comics 1003. I already read it. I had to know who the Arkham Knight is, and I will say this. I can't wait to get on Tech Talk with the Comic Bros and talk about this one because I'm digging it. I like it. I like where they're taking this. Tomasi's killing it. He's one of my favorite writers in the game.
Yeah.
If you're not on it, get on it.
I mostly picked up Batman and the Outsiders because it's by Brian Hill, who I've loved everything I've read by him. Like everything I've read, I've never read a lot, but it's always good. And he's writing for both Marvel and DC now, and everything at the same time. So I'm like, all right, I'll support him when I get the chance. And yeah, I read it today too. Pretty good, I gotta say.
Hell yeah! All right, maybe I might have to go check it out. Perry Comics picked up Batman Who Laughs, Shazam, Detective Comics. Yeah, I thought about picking up Batman Who Laughs. It hasn't really been doing it for me for whatever reason. Perry, as you know, I was in your guys' chat the other night, and he seems to be more like Joker than Batman to me. And I don't know. He's not doing it for me. But who knows? Maybe I might go back, try to find it or pick it up Friday, because I guess I should just complete the miniseries. So I should have just picked it up for that factor alone. So whatever. I'm sure it'll be there at my shop next week because, my new shop, Javi, they load up. By any chance, did you give them bad news yet or no? I might have to go in there and do that. All right. I'll probably make that call. So, all right, that will bring us to our Marvel pickups of the
Don't
week.
have people break up with things for you.
Well, he
Don't
said he
put
would
that
have, but it's all good. It's all good.
I don't think she would have done anything.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
That's
So,
true.
I got to call somebody else. You're right. I got to call somebody more in charge. So this will bring us to Marvel. I got 2 Marvel books. What about you guys?
I got 2. Well, one from this week, one from whenever.
All right,
I ended up getting 4 somehow.
damn, Javi. All right, so go ahead. Shoot us off with 2, and then we'll go around roulette style.
I know you guys didn't pick these up. For some reason, 3 Conan books came out today, so I picked up all 3 Conan books.
That's insane.
It's crazy how this worked out, where they just all fell on the same day to come out.
What's so funny, Javi? Earlier in the chat, Biggie Shaq mentioned, he goes, Javi loves him some Conan. And
Yeah.
can that not be a truer statement, man?
It's Happy Conan Day for Javi.
Age of Bellet, number 3. Number 2 was really good. Number 2 was really good, man. And I'm excited to see what happens with this one. Frank Cho just teased, well, not teased, but Frank Cho, if you follow him on Instagram, he's doing a Conan cover, and it's cool how his little insight on his art. And if you want to go check it out and be a nerd like me, Savage Sword of Conan number 5, this cover is amazing.
That is beautiful.
Yeah.
That's like one of those old school Robert
Oh,
E.
Alex
Howard,
Ross.
like
Wait,
straight from the
I'm
novel.
sleeping on that. I should have been picking up all of those because they're just Alex Ross covers.
He's the fucking man. That's gonna factor into what I'm talking about. But, yeah.
And Conan Barbarian number 6. This is the main Conan storyline that's going on right now. So,
That Jason Aaron's writing.
yep, Jason Aaron on this one. This is Duggan on this one, which is the same person who's writing Savage Avengers. So we'll see how maybe they'll tie in, maybe they won't. We'll see.
Oh, and Garney's on art for that too. That's awesome. That's a good team. Ron Garney and oh wow. All right, I'm gonna have to catch up on all this Conan shit. It looks so good. And
yeah, picked up some.
so much.
You got some magazine from old school stuff the other day.
Yeah, that's true.
Javi?
Yeah.
It's been officially dubbed Javi Day, according to Biggie Shack. For sure.
Thank you, Biggie.
John's Comics for
You're the
Kids
man.
liked your Thor book pickup. Damn, I can't even talk. Terrible. So John's Comics for Kids still joining us here today. Thank you, brother. All right, so now I guess me and Hyde got some books to talk about. We only got a couple. Javi's killing the game. All right, so Hyde, you want to kick it off? Go ahead. Show us the book from last week that you picked up.
Oh, from last week.
What?
I'm gonna go War of the Realms, Strike Force, the Dark Elf Realm.
No, he got caught with a tie.
Yeah. And it's mostly, and again, it's by Brian Hill. The same reason I picked up Batman and the Outsiders, but Leno Yu is doing the interior art, and that's another big factor. And it focuses on this weird team of Punisher, She-Hulk, Thor's mom, and Blade, and Ghost Rider holding down the dark bridge, the dark Bifrost bridge.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
yeah, so that's what that's about, and I can't say no to that. And also, my man Matt Hollingsworth is on the colors. Big shout out to my man Matt Hollingsworth. A colorist is one of the more underappreciated jobs, and he kills it in everything. He did some of the best shit on Punisher, Marvel Knights, on some of the best stuff. That my favorite things he's on.
Sweet.
And yeah, so I decided to give this. It has everything I need to buy a thing, except for it being a tie-in. But all the pros outweigh the con, and the only con is that it's a stupid tie-in to a thing.
That dark, Bifrost bridge is cool. That whole concept, And
oh yeah,
that's how Malekith is getting around throughout War of the Realms. So you guys know, so that those of you that may not know, and if you don't know, I believe after our show, once again. Go check out White Whale Comics. They're going to talk War of the Realms issues 1, 2, and 3. Javi, I'll send you the link because I know you'll probably want to be in that. I don't know if you're going to be in that too, Hyde. I'll put the link in our little chat. So I'll be in the chat as they watch that. So make sure you guys go check out them after us. It'll be JD Comics, White Whale Comics, and John's Comics with Kids with Comic Book Club War of the Realms. All right. My first Marvel book, I had to, and this is the normal cover. They had variant covers that were super sick, but you guys know I've been trying to just get the cover I like the most, but I had to get this one, and Pack is writing this, so I went ahead and got the Star Wars Boba Fett, and I think that's just a sick cover, and I will be reading this to see what is up with that. And shout out to my boy Steve Whiting because he AOK'd me that first appearance of Boba Fett in Star Wars comics, and I had to throw it in some Mylar, and look at that beauty.
That is beautiful.
Yeah, boy. So thank you, Steve, once again for that AOK. And of course, I had to pick it up. So
yeah. I almost picked up that Boba Fett book too, but I just
can't wait to, I guess, show them off together like I am right now.
It reminds me of that. It reminds me of the rebirth.
Oh yeah,
the rebirth layout. Yeah, you're absolutely right.
Oh man, you're right. I guess I got hit with like a wall of familiarity, and I guess that's what it is. Huh? Yeah,
for sure. All right. What about you, Javi? You have 2 more, right? What's your next one?
No, I just have one more.
And that is?
You already know. Captain America.
Nice.
Captain America number 10.
And you already know that was my last pickup too.
I have not been reading that. Has it been worth reading?
I've been enjoying it. I think it's been good, and Alex Ross is doing the covers. So on that merit alone, when Alex Ross does covers, you got to pick it up. And I slept on Savage Sword of Conan. I should have listened to my own advice there.
And I guess for my last Marvel pick, speaking of Alex Ross, I picked up the Marvels Annotated 3.
Nice. I saw that. I thought about it too.
Oh yeah, no, I've been picking. Yeah, this this cover, the Silver Surfer cover. Alex Ross is the man. But yeah, they've been they reprinted it, and I saw the first one come out. I'm like, yeah, you know what? I'm gonna get these. I don't care. It's expensive. I don't have the graphic novel of it, and any excuse to look at Alex Ross's art for any amount of time is worth. Just take my money. Give me Alex Ross stuff. Take my money.
Take it.
Yeah.
Love
the guy.
All right. I did pick up 2 back issues. You could say, I guess 2 keys for me that I've been looking for. And I think it's funny too, because this is, what I was rocking today at the comic book shop. And I guess it's kind of related to that. And I hope to one day maybe get an Iron Man 55. But until then, I'll just go ahead and pick up some keys. I do have a full Infinity War set with an Infinity War issue 1 signed by Jim Starlin. I have a full Infinity Gauntlet set. I hope to get that signed by Jim Starlin at SuperCon up in summer because he will be down here in South Florida. And now I can add this to my signature of books, which is Thanos Quest 1 and 2 by Jim Starlin and Ron Lim. And I will say this, if you don't know, this is the prequel to Infinity Gauntlet. So I'm super excited to add this to my collection.
Nice. Those books are awesome, man.
And I will say this, they are near mint plus. And I think, I don't know, I felt like it was a fair price. I don't think I got like a crazy deal or, yeah, I feel like I got a deal. I don't feel like it was a crazy deal, but I feel like I got a deal. I was looking on eBay and they were typically for the set going for like $85 to $100 or like best offer. That's what people were asking. And I definitely came in under that, like a good $30 under that. So,
yeah.
Oh, that's amazing, man. And yeah, I got like some reprints of that. It's good. That's a good thing. And that's awesome to have the original printings. That's crazy.
Yeah, man. So yeah, bro, excited to add that to my collections. Those were my 2 back issue books today, and it was like they're together as a set. So I was like, you know what? How many times is that going to happen? And the last time I came across it as a set, it was actually priced probably about twice as much as I got these for. And when they sold, I kind of like kicked myself because I was like, man, I let them go. I probably could have offered a little lower, but I actually feel like I got a way better deal in price with these than I could have with that one. So.
Nice.
I'm happy. Yeah. Oh, yeah. They're near mint, near plus for sure, man. They look beautiful. So nice, man. So I guess with that being said, I don't have too much to show you guys or anything else to talk about comic book wise. So we're just going to call it a night. But before we do that, we're going to go around and see who's got anything going on. Javi, got anything going on coming out? Going to be joining any shows, doing anything? Comic book related? People want to see more, bro. I'm just gonna say the people, the chat, they want to see more of Javi. So when does it happen?
I might do some indie stuff. I might focus on indie books for now. Like you said, like you mentioned, I was big on D&D, so I might tie in some D&D inspiration that I find in comics. So get excited for that sometimes in the near future. But also every Wednesday, you'll catch me talking comics with Chad 90 MFC. You'll see us here.
We're 90 Miles from Comics podcast. You're part of that too, Javi. You started this with me. You continue to get out of here.
Part of it. Yeah, I'm telling the chat, don't forget every Wednesday. Here.
Yeah, for sure. I love you. I love you, brother. You're the man. D-Heid, what you got going on? I know you're trying to get some content out there, man. You've been telling me about you trying to get some stuff out there. So what you have happening? And go ahead, D-Heid. Say something in the chat now. You got a wrench so people can go ahead and subscribe to your channel so that way they can see what you're about to promote.
Oh yeah, I'll let them know right now. Subscribe to me for what I am about to say. All right. Well, I got a couple things actually. I didn't mention this, but I will be writing for Sequential Planet again, starting up,
Nice.
just because I haven't had any amount of time to do it, and I apologize. They're such great people, but yeah, I'm going to be writing for them, so I'll have a couple of reviews up next week. For Spider-Man Life Story 3, and I think the new Immortal Hulk coming out next week.
Oh,
I'm
I
gonna
can't
try to
wait.
get those out as soon as I can. Yeah. Oh man. So yeah, Immortal Hulk is just something I gush about all the time, so I might as well write it down because that's the best thing. And for on the YouTube wise, I would like everybody to subscribe and keep an eye out because I will be starting next week sometime. I'm waiting on a shipment of like an assortment of 90s Punisher comics to come to my house that I want to kind of go through either on a weekly or bi-daily, or not bi-daily, that's twice a day. But yeah, anyway, on a frequent occasion and go through those. And I just love the Punisher so much. That is probably my favorite comic book character because of how simple it is. So I guess going back to the first part of this episode, yeah, I guess Cosmic Ghost Rider is my favorite character because it is very much Frank Castle, and he my boy. So,
Nice.
but yeah, so I'm going to be doing that, and it's 80s and 90s Punisher, which is the most ridiculous Punisher in the world, where he's fighting like biker gangs selling meth, where he has to pretend to be a meth selling biker or beat up a bunch of hippie eco terrorists. It's such crazy stuff, and I can't wait to go through it, and I can't wait to guide you through my journey as well of diving through a box of too many comics I bought just for this reason. So yeah, we'll do it. I'll come up with a name. Castle Corner, something. Won't be Castle Corner, but it'll be something.
I'll help you out, bro. We'll get it started. I would maybe even join you on one of these because I was actually looking at some Punisher books today. Because Punisher has always been a character that I have had interest in, and you might be able to tell me some cool Punisher stories that I've never known about. So we can dive into that, and that might be able to get me to read some of these. So I'm about it, bro.
If I had to guess, these might not be the best introduction to the character as I know, which is all the Garganta stuff. That's what I throw out there. But this 90s stuff is just insane because they didn't know what to do with them, and they did too much and everything and nothing.
That sounds awesome. So you guys know, in the chat, I posted a link as well to Hyde's channel. He had one subscriber. It could have been Biggie Shaq because he said he believes he was already subscribed to you. I made sure I subscribed as well because I'll be this drop as well. So make sure you guys go hook up Hyde if you can. Just link in the chat. Go ahead. And if you're watching us on the replay, hit the live chat thing and you'll see what I'm talking about. The link's there. I'll go ahead and add the link to your channel as well to the info of the show afterwards. Now, as you all know, YouTube is 90, so I'm doing a lot of things. Tomorrow night, you can find me right here, 90MF Comics, with the Comic Jabroni. We'll be talking Turtle Talk. We're going to be talking about Batman TMNT issue number 3, or series 3, issue number 1. We'll also be talking about Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles New Comic Book Day and issue 93. So make sure you guys stay here or stay tuned for that. If you're not subbed up, go ahead, hit that sub, that bell. You'll get that notification when I go live. You can also find me tomorrow. I'm not sure if it's on Thanatos' channel or the Boy Who Had 7's channel, but we'll be talking about Revenge of the Green Lanterns, Jeff Johns. So make sure you guys go check them out. Sub up both of them. They have great channels. You can find me on there talking about that. Monday, as always, you can find me on the MCE channel with my MCE brothers talking everything marvelous. Join us for Display Your Name. Right after that, you can find me on the Comic Core channel with Story Comic Core with my brothers Macho Head 84, Alec from White Whale Comics, and Caleb the Comic Smurf Murphy. And next Tuesday, and I know Hyde, you mentioned this earlier, and you definitely want to make sure you're in that live chat. You're going to catch the Comic Bros for Immortal Talk. I can't wait. We're talking about issue 16, prepping us for Wednesday when issue 17 drops. So make sure you guys are in the chat for that, because Immortal Talk, it'll be me, Comic Head 84, Jeffrey Comic-Con Henson, getting down on Immortal Hulk 16 for Immortal Talk next Tuesday on Jeffrey Comic-Con Henson's channel. So make sure you guys go check that out. Damn, I don't know how I do all these shows.
Yeah, that's a lot.
It was a mouthful. I'm reading way too much, but it's awesome. I love it. It's my escape. It's so good. All right. With that being said, fellas, thank you guys for joining us. I want to thank everyone that's still in the chat. My brother Biggie Shaq. I'm going to go ahead and strap up, put on the gold as we get out of here, because you have to remember that YouTube is 90. We appreciate you guys for being here. Read your books. Go get your books. And until next week, guys, peace.
Peace.
Peace.